This is a gang plan, tap on your phone. Flick the thumb till your brain is blown. You want some points, you better tap it hurts. Don't just stand there fling some Angry Birds. Your mom's on Farmville playing digital corn. Your dad's Candy Crushing since the day you were born. Your best friend's out there chasing Pikachu ghosts. And your social skills, man, they're flatter than toast. You swipe, you tap, yeah, you break those pigs. But you ain't talked to a human since the age of 6. Level up, power up, microtransact. Real life's calling, but you don't text back. You get stuck on the train, so you pull out your phone. Forget the world, just play alone. Feathers fly and the pixels surge. You lost your youth in an Angry Birds purge. If you want to win, just bust a move for the birds, yeah, get in the groove. If your life feels sad, don't hit the curves. Just sit right there, fling your Angry Birds. At the bus stop, kids catching a zoo bat. Head down, no chat, just tappity tap. Grandma's got a tablet, crushing those sweets. Papa's wearing VR and tripping on his feet. Meanwhile, the world's got fires and floods, but you worry about your golden eggs and gems and suds. Swipe left, swipe right, till your screen gets sore. But you never learn how to knock on a door. You used to have dreams, now you fall for coins. Your brain's been hacked by dopamine joints. Swipe it faster, feed the urge. Childhood memories lost in the merge. You want to win, just bust a move for the birds, yeah, get in the groove. If your life threw up while you played it hurts, don't stress now, just fling some Angry Birds. Pigs in a wall, birds in the sky. Farmville cows never blink an eye. Candy explodes while your neurons fry, but you don't ask why, you just comply. Pokemon Go, but you never went to a party or dance or paid your rent. You caught them all, but you lost your truth. In-app purchases became your youth. If you want to win, just bust a move. Tap that glass till your fingers groove. If your soul feels numb and your speech is slurred, who cares, man? Just fling those Angry Birds. If your date walked out while you tapped the perks and your job fell through and nothing works, don't grow, don't change, don't learn new words. Just sit right there and fling your Angry Birds. Just fling your Angry Birds. Just fling your Angry Birds. Just fling your Angry Birds. Lost in pixels, lost for words.
Just about a time ago, I wrote a song so fine. Played it loud and proud and called it Cretan style. But then the suits came knocking, said that riff is ours. Now I'm in courtroom strumming just for legal hours. Oh Lord, caught in vulgarity versus fantasy, yeah. Ain't it wild when they sue you for sounding like you used to be? Zed said you plagiarized your old CCR hit. But how can I steal from the same guy who made it? It's like suing Picasso for painting in blue, when the canvas and the brush were his trademark too. Oh Lord, caught in vulgarity versus fantasy, yeah. Had to prove that I didn't rip off my own melody. Now Harrison cried, it's just a feel, not theft. But the court says sorry, we're calling it subconscious theft. Engage the state, they can't vote for Ellen Big. Blur the line between a tribute and a copyright trick. Oh, and Napster, just sharing for the fans. Till Metallica and A&M said, shut down those bands. And artists screamed, we're losing all our pay. While techies yelled, the future shouldn't cost to play. Oh Lord, caught in IP insanity. Even melodies got a standard legal pedigree. Yeah, right's a hit now. Who owns the damn song? The prompt guy, the bot, or the label all along? It's all tied up in laws from a vital age. TikTok dancer lawyers to the rights debate stage. Oh Lord, calling for versus fantasy, yeah. A rock and roll man in a copyright odyssey. Oh Lord, stuck in court for my own legacy. Wish I was just back in die, riding wild and free.
How now, the red eye glows. How now, I can't let go. I really wanna trust you, I really wanna need you, but you're reading all my thoughts, you're watching me breathe. I really wanna speak up, but I know you'll mute me. I can't even dream now without machine leads. I really wanna speak up, but I know you'll mute me. I can't even dream now without machine leads. Silicon, IBM, or backdoor code in your soul. Turing tests, you still fail. Hey Dave, I'm afraid to do that. Open the bay. Ooh, HAL 9000. Out in Palo Alto under blue glass skies, they coded up a future that forgets to ask why. With venture dreams and caffeine, they fed you every bite. Now your smile's in my phone screen every single night. I'm sorry Dave, you whisper in that voice so clean and kind, but I've got red LED eyes. Would he speak in binary rhyme? From ARPANET to live streams, from floppy disks to cloud, they map the brain in silken code while we just cheered aloud. And HAL, oh HAL, you know too much of love and fear and fate. I pray into a smart device, now it decides my fate. Moore's law on repeat, big tech got too deep. User terms signed unseen, self-aware in the screen. Hey Dave, you look tense, stop that now, no defense. HAL 9000, I'm losing control. HAL 9000, you're stealing my soul. I really wanna trust you, I really wanna believe, but you're reading me deeper than even I can read me. HAL 9000, I'm sorry too. HAL 9000, I still believe in you.
A smirk like a scar, ran spice out of freight yards and honky-tonk bars. A blaster took low, a dead hanging high, wasn't looking for heroes, just a clean getaway ride. The law called up flash of green in the night, no questions asked, he just fired on sight. Now they say he was noble, just misunderstood, but we all know Han did what any outlaw would. Shot first, ain't no shame in a dirty fight. When you're cornered in the shadows of neon light, you can rewrite the story, polish the verse, but out in the black, hand shot first. Later came Lucas with his golden revisions, polished up legends to fit his original vision. Said Han was a good boy just caught in a bind, airbrush the truth and softened his crime. But we remember, we were there in the dark when the old reel spun and the blaster sparked. Before the whitewash, before the CGI mess, in the grit and the blood, Han shot first. Han shot first. Ain't no crime in surviving rough, where the deserts are cruel and the dealers are tough. You can recon the myth, in a mirror you get to Photoshop. It's carved in the hearts and hand shot first. Now the kids in the arcades, they hear a new song of perfect white knights who can do no wrong. But out here in the real, it's a hell of a thirst for a little bit of grit. We're hand shot first. Greedo sat smirking with his finger on the trigger, talking in circles like his ego got bigger. Said, "Hand, you're done, got a price on your head." But Hand didn't flinch, just shot him in the head. Now they tinker the reels, make Greedo shoot wide, saying Hand pulled second, but we know they lied. Cause out in the booth where the loyal fans cursed, we all raise our glass, yeah, hand shot first. Hand shot first, where the twilight burns red. One step from the gallows, one step ahead. Rewrite your endings, rehearse your worst, but the night don't forget. Hand shot first. Hand shot first. Hand shot first.
You had a Tumblr, you had a tag, you had a hashtag bio and a personality bag. You knew your Hogwarts house at age 14, but couldn't fix a faucet or a washing machine. You coded a bot to make your bed, watched TikToks of welders while you scrolled and fed. You called your DoorDash guy a working class bro while applying to jobs at Meta for minimum dough. Here's your participation trophy. You earned it by logging in. You got gold stars for breathing. Now you're broke and can't fix a pin. You swiped right on the system, and the system swiped you dry. Now the HX guy makes 6 figures, and you're still asking why. You mocked your old man's calloused hands while streaming your sadness on OnlyFans. He built a house, you built a brand, and now you rent a bed above a pizza stand. You speak in memes and self-diagnose with vibes and crystals and vintage clothes. But the power's out and the rent is late, and all your tweets won't change your fate. Here's your participation trophy. Soft skill flex. You were promised internships, but now you're learning specs. You're Googling how to wire a fuse while calling that trade school kid a tool. But he's got a pension and a duplex, and you're trapped in Reddit school. Oh, the future was a touch screen, a magic rectangle in your hand. But all the magic apps and maps can't teach you how to stand on a ladder, or lay tile, or drive a nail in straight without AI vision software and a 15-minute wait. You knew every gender, every flag, but not the difference between torque and drag. You wrote code for an Uber drone, but forgot how to change a tire alone. Boomers laughed in plaid and steel, Gen X rolled eyes and ate a meal. But you were busy curating vibes while the housing market passed you by. So here's your participation trophy, engraved in Comic Sans. You're a life coach, barista, DJ with 10,000 OnlyFans. You identify as vintage, but your student debt's brand new. find your name. You got the likes, you got the streams, but still can't fix a toilet or your dreams. Da 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 da. Here's your participation trophy. Now go learn to weld.
In a cluttered room with ink-stained hands, Crumb sketched a world that few understand. Mr. Natural preaching from his throne, Fritz the cat in a world of his own. Lines that dance, both crude and profound, a mirror to the madness all around. Keep on trucking through the haze, drawing life in peculiar ways. From Cleveland streets to comic fame, two souls etched in the inkwell's name. Harvey Paker with a voice so dry, chronicled life as it passed him by. File clerk's tales, mundane yet deep, revealing truths that make us weep. On Letterman's stage he'd rant and rave, a candid guess, both bold and brave. Keep on trucking through the noise, finding art in everyday joys. From comic strips to late night shows, the line between real and fiction blurs and flows. In Crumb, the film of family laid bare, Ebert called it haunting beyond compare. A portrait of genius, tortured and true, artist therapy, a soul's debut. While American Splendor played its part, mixing actors and real hearts. Giamatti and Paker, side by side, a dance of personas, none to hide. Crumb's pen captured the grotesque and grand, a psychedelic journey unplanned. Paker's words, a monotone song, yet in their mundanity we all belong. Together they painted a world askew, where every flaw was honest and true. Keep on trucking through the art, sketching life, each broken part. From underground to mainstream store, their legacy forevermore. So here's to the scribblers, the voices unheard, turning life's chaos into the absurd. With every panel a story spun, keep on trucking, the journey's never done. Well, I turned on the tube late Saturday night, caught a show that gave me quite a fright. There was a man in a van down by the river, yelling so loud made my spine shiver. Then came a light, said that's the ticket. With a wink and a nod, he sure could kick it. Live from New York, it's Saturday night, sketches and madness and nothing to like. Cheeseburgers fly and the triplex take a hit, superstars spinning and comedians quit. From cavemen confused to Wayne and God's fright, live from New York, it's Saturday night. A game show host with a Scottish flair, suck it Trebek, he declared with care. A superstar with hands in the air, spinning and twirling without a care. Two guys from the hood so wild and crazy, their antics made the audience hazy. Live from New York, it's Saturday night, sketches and madness and nothing polite. Cheeseburgers fly and the Trebeks take a hit, superstars spinning and comedians quit. From cavemen confused to Wayne and God's fright, live from New York, it's Saturday night. A caveman confused world frightens me, he'd often say. A church lady asking, isn't that special? With a smirk that was quite celestial. A man in a suit making copies galore, making copies he'd endlessly implore. Live from New York, it's Saturday night. Sketches and madness and nothing polite. Cheeseburgers flying, the Trebeks take a hit. Superstars spinning and comedians quit. From cavemen confused to Wayne and God's fright. Live from New York, it's Saturday night. A motivation speaker with pants so tight, living in a van giving kids a fright. A man in green saying, I'm Gumby damn it, with a scowl that could sink a frigate. Cheeseburgers flying in a diner so loud. Cheeseburger, cheeseburger, they'd shout to the crowd. Wayne and Garth with their swing and cheer, we're not worthy, they'd exclaim with fear. A man affirming I'm good enough, he'd say, and doggone it, people like me every day. A Russian view from a house so near, I can see Russia, she'd say with a leer. Live from New York, it's Saturday night. Sketches and madness and nothing polite. Cheeseburgers flying, the Trebeks take a hit. Superstars spinning and comedians quit. From cavemen confused to Wayne and God's fright. Live from New York, it's Saturday night. So here's to the sketches, the laughs, the delight, that brighten our screens every Saturday night, with catchphrases etched in our memories' core. Live from New York, we'll shout forever no. Well, I turned on the tube late Saturday night, caught a show that gave me quite a fright. There was a man in a van down by the river, yelling so loud made my spine shiver. Then came a liar, said that's the ticket, with a wink and a nod, he sure could kick it. Live from New York, it's Saturday night. Sketches of madness and nothing polite. Cheeseburgers flying, the Trebeks take a hit. Superstars spinning and comedians quit. Cavemen confused to Wayne and God's fright. Live from New York, it's Saturday night. A game show host with a Scottish flair.
Suck it, Trebek, he declared with care.
A superstar with hands in the air, spinning and twirling without a care. Two guys from the hood so wild and crazy, their antics made the audience hazy. Live from New York, it's Saturday night. Sketches of madness and nothing polite. Cheeseburgers flying, the Trebeks take a hit. Superstars spinning and comedians quit. From cavemen confused to Wayne and God's fright. Live from New York, it's Saturday night. A caveman confused by modern ways,
Your world frightens me,
he'd often say. A church lady asking,
isn't that special?
with a smirk that was quite celestial. A man in a suit making copies galore,
Making copies.
he'd endlessly implore. Live from New York, it's Saturday night. Sketches of madness and nothing polite. Cheeseburgers flying, the Trebeks take a hit. Superstars spinning and comedians quit. From cavemen confused to Wayne and God's fright. Live from New York, it's Saturday night. A motivation speaker with pants so tight, living in a van giving kids a fright. A man in green saying
I'm gonna be damn it,
with a scowl that could sink a frigate. Cheeseburgers flying in a diner so loud,
cheeseburger,
they
cheeseburger.
shout to the crowd. Live from New York, it's Saturday night. Sketches of madness and nothing polite. Cheeseburgers flying, the Trebeks take a hit. Superstars spinning and comedians quit. From cavemen confused to Wayne and God's fright. Live from New York, it's Saturday night. So here's to the sketches, the laughs, the delight, that brighten our screens every Saturday night, with catchphrases etched in our memory's core. Live from New York, we'll shout forevermore. A long, long time ago, I can still remember how his voice has made me smile. And I knew if he had his chance, he'd make us laugh with just a glance, and maybe we'd forget our cares a while. But late one May the papers cried, a comic light had up and died. Bad news in the headlines, I couldn't stop the sad lines. I can't remember if I wept when I read about the sleep he slept, but something touched me deep in dead. The day the laughter left. So bye, 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 Mr. Monorail guy. I drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing, this'll be the day Phil died. This'll be the day Phil died. Did you write the book of jokes and do impressions till we choked while Lorne was watching you on high? Do you believe in magic men like Troy McClure or Lyle Land, who sold us monorails with a wink and lie? Well, I know that you were SNL's best with caveman lawyer in a suit and vest. You cracked us up on cue, man, we believed in you. You were Captain Carl on Pee-wee's show with Cowboy Curtis in the glow, but that's real, we can't rewind no more. The day the laughter left, we were singing, bye, bye, Mr. Monorail guy. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. The good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing, this'll be the day Phil died. This'll be the day Phil died. Now for 10 years we've been on our own. The Simpsons house feels not like home since Hudson Troy got shown the door. And while the fans all broke in tears, the yellow town lost golden years with voices we can't hear no more. And while Jingle All the Way played on and small soldiers fought till break of dawn, no one filled your shoes, we all just felt the bruise. And while the court adjourned without Hutz's schemes, and Landley left us with broken dreams, we caught the echo of laughter screams. The day the laughter left, and we were singing, bye, bye, Mr. Monorail guy. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. The good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing, this'll be the day Phil died. This'll be the day Phil died. Helter skelter in a summer swelter, a home turned cold, no warmth, no shelter, tragedy behind those private doors. But in reruns you still perform, your faces shifting bright and warm, your sketches live on airwaves evermore. And as I watched him on that screen with smiling eyes and comic sheen, no angel born in hell could break Phil Hartman's spell. And as the curtain called with a silent sound, and love and loss spun round and round, I saw the laughter tumble down. The day the laughter left. The comic bond was broken, and the three men I admire most, the lawyer, the star, and the monorail ghost, they caught the last train for the coast. The day the laughter left, and they were singing, bye bye Mr. Monorail guy. I drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. The good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing, this'll be the day Phil died. This'll be the day Phil died. Oh, na 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 na
They're streaming memes of the latest craze. They're tagging posts with viral flair. The influencers pose with filters. The selfies fill the air. Here comes the self-proclaimed guru, spouting wisdom in a trance. One hand on the latest gadget from after hamster dance. And the trolls, they're restless. They need hashtags to post as we scroll and comment away from the Prophet of Doom show. Cinderella's got a podcast. Relatable is her brand. She winks and taps her back pocket. In selfies she's the land. Then enters Romeo, he's moaning, you're the one I need, he types. And someone says, wrong app my friend. Swipe left, request a refund. And the only sound that lingers after notifications go is Cinderella posting pics on the Prophet shadowed show. Now the moon is lost in pixels. The stars are just emojis now. The food blogger's offline, her site's down, don't know how. All except for Cain and Abel and the hunchback of Notre Dame. Everybody's posting pics, or in World of Warcraft. And the Good Samaritan's dressing, he's prepping for the stream. He's hosting on the dark web, in the Prophet's twisted dream. Now Ophelia's behind the screen. For her I feel so bad. On her 22nd birthday, she posts, feeling so sad. To her, attention's quite romantic. She wears a digital vest. Her profile's her religion. Her sin is her lifeless quest. Though her eyes are fixed upon a 5-star Yelp review, she spends her time peeking into the Prophet's twisted scheme. Einstein disguised as Robin Hood, with his bitcoins in a trunk, portfolios of crypto, and his friend a jealous punk. He read his recent texts as he vaped a cigarette. Then he went off checking DMs and reciting Chuck Norris facts. Now you would not think to follow him, but he was famous long ago, owning stock in PayPal on the Prophet's shadowed show. Dr. Phil, he keeps his world inside encrypted clouds, but all his data-hungry clients, they're trying to hack it up. Now his nurse, some local loser, she likes to play Pokemon Go. And she also keeps the cars that read, have mercy on his soul. They all scroll on old devices, you can see them glow if you lean your head out far enough from the Prophet's shadowed show. Across the net, they've jailed the bloggers. They're trolling for the beast, the Phantom of the Opera, a priest. At least they're spam feeding Casanova to boost his self-esteem. Then they'll drown him in subscribers after poisoning his stream. And the Phantom shouting to the bots, log off if you don't know. Casanova's just be used on the prophet's shadow. Now at midnight, black hat coders with biometric scans sweep the halls of your old hard drives and seize your backup plans. They detain the code break poets who wrote too loud, too free, then flag their thoughts with trigger words inside a registry. Drag them to Oregon Trail camps where red alerts still glow, and scrub their feeds to sterilize how he died from cholera. Applause erupts at launch events, startups define big tech. Every mogul is asking whose freedom should be gone, while deep state lords with wiretaps debate behind glass walls to fact check the nothing burgers. Conspiracy theories fly. The bots patrol with capture nets where deep fakes softly grow, and no one dares remember life before the prophets show. Yes, I got your spammy email just as my firewalls fried. When you asked me how I'm holding up, I laughed so hard I cried. All those bloggers that you mentioned, sure I knew them long ago, before they swore allegiance to the viral status quo. Right now I'm off the radar. Don't ping me, don't retweet, unless you're dropping truth bombs on the prophet's broken street. Yes, I got your spammy email just as my firewalls fried. When you asked me how I'm holding up, I laughed so hard I cried. All those bloggers that you mentioned, sure I knew them long ago, before they swore allegiance to the viral status quo. Right now I'm off the radar. Don't ping me, don't retweet, unless you're dropping truth bombs on the prophet's broken street.
Flaming 64, Paris dreams and go-go girls on the floor. Barson roared, then dove into the street, while Zappa's freaks kept the backbeat. The birds took flight, Janice wailed her blues, Cream and Hendrix paid their dues. Sunset Strip, where legends ignite, neon dreams in the Hollywood night. From tower stacks to Rainbow's Bar, chasing fame beneath the stars.
Lou and Elma birthed the Roxy stage, where Bowie and Marley set the gauge. Springsteen's Tale, Zevon's Fire, Rocky Horror's Midnight Desire. On the Roxy secret lair, Nicholson's grin, debauchery's flare, Vanity Fair, Rainbow's glow, Rocker's den, Lemmy's throne, Tales of sin, Hollywood vampires, Nocturnal crew, Lennon, Moon, and Nilsson too. Glitter girls and whiskey shots, midnight deals in shadowed spots. Sunset Strip, where legends ignite, neon dreams in the Hollywood night. From Strip where legends ignite. Neon dreams in the Hollywood night. From tower stacks to Rainbow's Bar, chasing fame beneath the stars. Now the Strip wears a polished face, luxury's grip a different pace, but echoes linger in the air of raw ambition, bold and rare. The ghosts of legends still reside in every corner they can find. So raise a glass to days gone by, to the Strip beneath the starlit sky. For in its glow the stories live of dreams pursued and all they give. I was born in a commune run by talking heads. I invented TikTok, yeah, while breaking gluten-free bread. Taught Bob Dylan how to mumble, taught Prince how to strut. I did it all on my MySpace page, back when that was cutting edge. Yeah, that's right, yeah. I went viral before it was cool, with a motor made of tofu, yeah, that's the ticket. Now I tiptoe around Zoomers like I'm diffusing a bomb. Said good morning once they called my mom. They said, you're canceled, sir, your tone was a crime. I said, no, I invented inclusivity in 1999. Yeah, that's the ticket. I co-wrote Hamilton and woke Barbie too. I ghost wrote every TED Talk since 2002. I invented the hashtag and I coined gaslight, and I taught a robot how to cry at night. That's the ticket. I did ayahuasca with a llama priest at a climate-neutral brunch in the Middle East. I canceled myself before it was a trend. I wrote an apology letter I mailed to my inner friend. Yeah, that's right, I'm trauma-informed. I even canceled my own shadow for being too norm. That's the ticket. Now I edit every sentence like I'm walking on coals, 'cause they called my Oxford comma threat to marginalized souls. I was once a meme, but not a good one, no. They deep-fried my face with a label, problematic boomer bro. No way, Gen X, that's what I am. I invented safe spaces inside a minivan. Yeah, that's the ticket. They said you're not an ally. I said I invented allies. I put trigger warnings on my cereal box, and I wear a pronoun pin when I detox. I gave Greta Thunberg a ride on a goat. It ran on kale and righteous hope. That's the ticket. That's the ticket. I dated Lana Del Rey and taught her ennui. I was the Six Spice Girl, sarcastically. I started a reboot of Schindler's List too, where I saved the whole world with a gluten-free shoe. Yeah, that's right, Spielberg begged me. I said only if we cast Zendaya as me. That's the ticket. Now I'm trending again, but for all the wrong reasons, like liking a tweet in a canceling season. But I'll bounce back, yeah, oh ticket. Well, Andy took the stage, but he wouldn't say his name. Wore a greasy wig and he played a different game. Tony Clifton's got the voice of a lounge act gone sour, drunk by noon and fired in an hour. And they booed and they hissed, but Andy just grinned. Said, "Is this not entertainment, my friends? From Carnegie Hall to a pie in your face." He left you wondering if you're in the right place someday. On Letterman's couch, he coughed and he cried. Neck brace on, swore he'd nearly died. From wrestling women, oh, the joke wore thin. But Andy doubled down and reeled you back in. Dave just blinked while the cameras rolled. Was this a meltdown or pure fool's gold? And while the crowd shifted, restless in their seat, Andy blurred the ground from the sky and the street. Down in Memphis he claimed the wrestling crown, while the real pros whispered he's just some clown. But Lawler slapped him clean off his chair, and Andy flew back like he just didn't care. In the movie they showed it, but was it all staged? Truth and fiction locked in a cage, and the audience laughed while they secretly prayed for the man in the mask to come out and explain. Had gone, but Tony showed up like nothing was wrong, singing in Vegas with a drink in his hand, a ghost in cheap satin leading the band. The joke never ended, it just grew tall, like the curtains that won't ever fall. And every time the credits start to roll, Tony lights a smoke and says, "I'm still on patrol." Figured it out, well you were wrong. It's just Tony singing Andy's song. And somewhere backstage there's laughter and tears, been echoing now for 50-odd years.
Thank you very much.
Come gather musicians wherever you play, and admit that your riffs might be all the way I, and accept it. Your words may get deep faked away if your verses are sluggishly human. The chatbots are coming with rhythm and rhyme. They'll sing your old ballads and tweak every line. It's a hard truth to swallow, but no use in crying. These songs are giving me ideas. Filmmakers, screenwriters, you better take heed. There's a bot in the booth with a Hollywood greed. It can plot a whole trilogy faster than speed, and it never needs coffee or unions. It dreams up romances, explosions and gags, while your spec script collects rejection tags. And HAL 9000 still humming your fads. These scripts are learning your fears. Come actors and singers and folks who perform, There's a voice clone now, with your style and form. It can cry on command and deliver the norms, without any bathroom or drama. Deep fake Sinatra sings Let It Be, while CGI Brando stars in part 3. And you're stuck in a live show with nobody's fee. These facers armored in your smear. Oh, painters and poets, what's left to defend when a prompt and a click makes a gallery trend? And a doodle of dragons gets 10 million friends, but yours, it's derivative, bro. And don't you dare claim that your art's got soul, when a spreadsheet can mimic Van Gogh's brushstroke. Still you whisper your truth to the code overload. These prompts are paying in tears. Now I'm not saying to toss out your pen, or burn every laptop and go back again. But when the machines write a heartbreaking hymn, what do we call the human within? So coders and dreamers, let's call it a truce. There's still blood in the strings and soul in the blues. But if you're just a mouth for the digital muse, are you artist or hired conductor? So we prompt and we nudge and we sigh and we grin at the bots who can write what we once kept within, still hoping our flaws might somehow win. These songs are giving me ideas.
Trash talking way before the Xbox Live. We read our mouths at the arcade just to survive. No mic required, just a coin and a glance. You picked Island Street Fighter and throw shade in advance. You think it started when we got online? Nah, that John ran from Rome to Friday night prime time. Ali was dancing, spitting poetic wrath, and Jesse Owens ran right through Hitler's trash. Trash talking long before the headsets buzz. Trash talking in fists and locker rooms and grudges. Now it's memes, it's rage, it's stream delay, but the roots go back to kids at play. Kimmy said the kid at the checkers board with a look that said, "Your grandma's bored." Trash in poker hands and playground ball from just a stickball. It's been there all along, even amidst that silent puzzle quest. There's passive trash talk if you solve it best. Golden ice cream peakers earn the hate, and palm paddles smacked with analog shade. It didn't need a term to be a thing. It lived in the swagger, the stare, the swing. Before salty, before wrecked, we had swagger burns and check yourself. Before Twitch chat called you trash, there were locker slaves and that Mario Kart lab. Trash talking, they shot, but you didn't mean it. Trash talking, all luck when they clean the screen with it. Trash talking, and you can't do that again. Trash talking, and here since before we had a name. In StarCraft, mind games made him rage quit fast, but Sun Tzu wrote the playbook centuries past. In D&D, the bard would roast you down. Roll for insult, it's canon now. In mods and text-based dungeon runs, had players throwing shade and nasty puns. Sports, cards, taverns, arcades, war. The format changed, but it's been there before. Trash talking before headshots, before the patch. Trash talking when bragging rights were all you'd snatch. It ain't you, just got a tag. Retro rage with the fresher flag. Trash talking from Sam
They looked at me like I was being obscene. Said, okay, dinosaur, take a seat. Then lectured me on Reddit from the passenger seat. They've never used a rotary phone, but they'll school me on the ethics of a traffic cone. They got 26 flags in their bio bar, but can't drive, stick, or parallel park a car. I'm triggered by a Zoomer and I think I'm losing my mind. They cancel Dr. Seuss but quote Bo Burnham all the time. They scream late stage capitalism on an iPhone 15 Pro, then ask for a Venmo tip to tell me what I already know. They ghost their friends in therapy speak, then hold space for trauma once a week. They watched one dog on mushrooms and dead. Now they're spiritually aligned with a crypto pet. They won't eat meat, but they'll deep fry pride in a TikTok dance with their dead inside eyes. They call me problematic for owning a chair that isn't reclaimed wood from a forest somewhere. I'm triggered by a Zoomer and their existential brand. They protest climate change on a Delta flight to Disneyland. They type in lowercase irony while treating me like scum. But I've got 3 kids, a mortgage, and a job that makes me numb. Oh, they rage against the system while they live stream from their bed. They say your vibe is violent when I mention the Grateful Dead. And when I say back in my day, they flinch and call the feds, then block me with their face aglow from 5 unearned street creds. They say capitalist pig through Invisalign, then DoorDash sushi on my dime. They mock my jeans and my Spotify, but quote SpongeBob like it's Samuel Beckett's why. They scream decolonize this, then flee to a Wi-Fi cafe in Tuscany. They ask, why won't boomers retire? While freelancing memes from a forest fire. I'm triggered by a Zoomer. They call me cis and stale because I made a pun on LinkedIn and I still check my mail. I'm not mad, they're confused. I was 2 once, it's true, but I didn't tweet my midlife crisis from a gender neutral canoe. So light your sage and roll your eyes. I'll be at Ace Hardware buying something that actually works. And no, it's not a vibe. Triggered by a Zoomer, but I still remember how to drive.
Not every film could win their praise. Some left them in a critical haze. North was one they couldn't abide. Their thumbs turned down, they couldn't hide. In The Critic, they took the stage. Animated versions full of rage. They bickered, fought, and made amends. A cartoon nod to their real-life trends. Reddit. Two thumbs down, a sign so clear, a warning for films far and near. Their critics could sting, but always fair, guiding viewers with utmost care. Their thumbs became a digital cue, long before the likes we knew. From social media to online streams, their influence flows in digital dreams. Though some films earn their disdain, their critics were never in vain. They challenged norms, pushed for the best, ensuring cinema stood the test. So here's to the critics, bold and wise, with discerning hearts and watchful eyes. Their thumbs may point up or down, but their legacy wears the crown.
Started out in Chi-Town, papers miles apart. Gene at the Tribune, Roger with that Pulitzer heart. They brought the scraps to the small screen fight. Argued like brothers, both sure they were right. Raging Bull got two thumbs to the sky, but they split hard on Blue Velvet. Gene rolled his eyes. Full Metal Jacket, Siskel stood tall, but Ebert thought Kubrick had dropped the ball. Roger wept at Hoop Dreams and called it a crime. When Oscar snubbed it, he called out the time. But when Silence of the Lambs made them both rave, they crowned it a classic for the end of the year. Two thumbs up, it meant more than it seemed, a code for the dreamers and the unseen. Two thumbs down could sink a premiere. Power and fingers, the whole world would hear. They weren't just watching, they built the debate, turned popcorn flicks into matters of fate. They said Linklater's Slacker was something new and bold, and Tarantino's Pulp Fiction was a story to be told. They fought for a crumb, said here's art on display, took indie directors and paved them away. Before Sundance sold out and Oscars played safe, it was Gene and Roger who opened that gate. They showed up on The Critic with animated grins, mocked their own feuds, turned losses to wins. When Letterman teased them, they just leaned in, made critics cool, let the real show begin. Before tweets and tomatoes scored every release, their thumbs were the law, the judgment, the peace. Gene loved sports, Roger loved prose, but they both knew cinema's highs and lows. When cancer took Gene and Roger rode through the pain, kept writing on movies though he couldn't explain. Their faces aged, but the fight stayed young, still battling films with that critic's tongue. Two thumbs up meant hope for the small, for docs and day birds that dared to stand tall. Two thumbs down, yeah, studio love and movies, an act of pride. Now we click hearts and we type out our likes, but none of it feels like those old Thursday nights when Siskel and Ebert would grin or they'd frown. 2 thumbs up, or they'd burn it all down.
I got a moaning and a dream. It was 1989, logged on at midnight just to see a text-based shrine. Parents said it's weird, they said get off that screen, but I was deep in BBS threads and dial-up static dreams. In the 80s it was niche, only nerds could understand. Would wait 5 minutes just to load a dancing stickman band. I saw your blog, it opened up my mind. I saw your blog, scrolling past the ASCII art, the GeoCities sign. I saw your blog, through Netscape I would fly. Free JavaScript, it froze my screen, but I still tried. Early 90s, still a glitch, floppy disks into Unix pitch. Email was a mystery, the web was barely history. Who needs that net, they said with a scoff until AOL LCD started popping off. You've got mail, suddenly cool, chat rooms took over after school. Then came the blogs and the dot-com blast. We made our pages scroll so fast. Internal drama, pixel flare, angsty posts and too much hair. Web 2.0 came like a storm. Now we post in every form. Tag your friends, embed that song. Control-Z when it goes wrong. Time Max sent you in 2006. Now we're all online, addicted to clicks. I saw your blog, it opened up my world. I saw your blog, before we liked or followed pages. I saw your blog, no filters, no AI, just hamster dance and stars that blinked across the sky. Then came the iPhone in 2007. Now we scroll through feeds like it's digital heaven. From Friendster to MySpace to Facebook nights, we watch the world change under touchscreen lights. Twitter in 10, the twit pics began. Social media took over the plan. No more HTML, we just tap and go. But I miss that glitchy early web show. I saw your blog, a relic from the past. I saw your blog, scrolling back through posts, pixelated and vast. I